Hey guys, so a quick update with my mom's cancer and everything that's been going on. But sorry for the no video today. My team and I are working super hard to try to get this 100 days in Subnautica video done. There's over 100 hours in footage, so there's a lot of editing to be done. But that'll come out next Friday. This is gonna be my first ever video that isn't Minecraft, so hope you guys are excited. But anyways, if you guys don't know what's going on and you're confused, about a year ago, I made a video sharing that my mom was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. A ton of you have been asking for an update in my comments, Instagram DMs, or on stream, which is so kind of you guys. We really appreciate it. It was so wholesome when my mom would make an appearance on stream and say hi. You want to say hi?
Hello. How are you, everyone? Yeah! Nice to meet you guys.
Yo, can your mom say McDonald's chicken nugget?
Did you say McDonald's chicken nugget?
McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Yeah!
And everybody in the chat would say hi back. It was so cool. So thank you for being such an awesome community. But here's a quick recap if you're a little lost. About 2 years ago, my mom had a regular doctor's appointment, just a regular checkup. The doctor poked around, they measure you, they take your blood and all of that random stuff. But during this checkup, the doctor found something weird in her blood. After a few more months and a few more tests, the doctor confirmed that my mom had thyroid cancer. Obviously, that was terrible news for my mom and my entire family. It was a pretty tough time to go through. We then went on for about a full year of random tests, CT scans, appointments for the entirety of 2024, trying to figure out an answer for everything. It really felt like nobody knew what was going on, which was honestly the scariest part because even the doctors didn't know what was going on. Appointments were taking forever and we just kept finding more and more stuff that everybody was unsure of. So we had no idea how bad it was, what stage the cancer was at, or what our next steps were to remove the cancer. Eventually, we finally booked surgery last summer in July, and she had her entire thyroid removed from her neck. Obviously, that was a pretty scary time for me, seeing your mom in the hospital and just unwell. Nobody wants to ever see that, like a parent doing bad. And I'm sure some of you guys may relate. If you have a history of cancer or health problems, it's not the best thing to see. But since I'm older now, it was very nice being able to take care of my mom and just return the favor of her taking care of me all of these years. So I would just bring her food and keep her company and just try to reassure her that everything's going to be okay. Anyway, she took a little bit longer to recover than usual, but she ended up being fine after the surgery, which is amazing news. So surgery went well, everything was going great until we had another checkup test after the surgery. This was about a week later. The doctor found out that we were a little late with the surgery, with removing the cancer, and the cancer did metabolize, or not metabolize, metabolized, whatever the word is. Basically the cancer spread out of her thyroid and into her body, which is honestly horrible news because like you assumed the surgery would remove the cancer entirely, but we were just a little bit too late and now we have a bigger problem on our hands. So the next step was to do radiation therapy or chemotherapy, and that was the last update I gave 8 months ago in this video. I'm sorry for no word or update on my mom's cancer for so long. I just feel kind of bad sharing unfortunate news on my Minecraft channel, but I know we have such a strong community here, so I'm so grateful to have you guys here. I know I mainly post gaming videos, and posting about my mom's cancer isn't the most typical thing to do, but I love sharing my life. I love sharing stories, and hopefully it can relate to some people or help some people that's watching. I have read so many DMs on Instagram about fans' experiences going through cancer and family death, and it's just horrible to hear, but also so nice to find a way to connect with other people and to just kind of struggle together, I guess. And I've also been waiting for a solid answer to give you guys, so no one else has to worry anymore. But today's the day. I finally have an answer. But now let's rewind 8 months to the last update. So obviously my mom was afraid of the radiation, and I tried my best to comfort her. I took her to restaurants, I took her golfing, we did random activities together just to kind of distract her from everything, and I would try my best to reassure her that the radiation and the chemotherapy would be totally okay. Obviously she's afraid of radiation just like how any normal person would be. My mom's the type of person to kind of read anything online and believe it. She doesn't really know much about the internet, but whatever she reads, she thinks is true. So she thought she was gonna die from the radiation, and she thought it would completely just like destroy her eyesight or something random, or like she wouldn't be able to walk anymore. So I tried my best to reassure her. I then came up with a game plan for her because we had like 10 different appointments booked up and it was pretty chaotic. There's just so many things to do and so many rules to follow, and everything's in English, and she could kind of speak English but not like totally understand it. So yeah, it was total chaos. But the version of chemotherapy that she had to take is called radioactive iodine. And basically, I feel like nobody will understand this, but I'll try to explain it. The thyroid cancer cells living in her body that spread from the thyroid needs iodine to survive, some random element. I guess, that you eat from food. The doctor's plan was a week before she takes the radiation, she needs to not consume any iodine that could be in food. So for example, salt, basically to starve the cancer cells of iodine. So after about a week of no iodine consumed, she would then take a shot of liquid that has radiation attached to iodine. That way the cancer cells are super hungry and they will eat it up like big bags. Little do the cancer cells know that there's a bomb attached to it, which is the radiation. And then the bomb goes boom and kills the cancer cells remaining in her body. That is the plan, at least. I don't know if that made any sense. So anyways, my mom takes the radiation shot last August, bottoms up. And obviously it runs its course through her body, praying that it works. Since she was radioactive, she couldn't see us for about 2 weeks. She had to use rubber gloves and masks and just be away from any type of human so we don't get sick as well, which sounds insane. She was literally a walking radioactive human. The good news is right after taking the radiation, she could still sleep in her own bed and be at home. The only thing was nobody could be near her. So she was basically in like prison or like, she was like being isolated like in COVID times. After the chemotherapy was done, she said the radiation made her feel pretty sick and a lot older, but hopefully it works. She kept saying she had problems like opening her eyes and problems falling asleep and just her leg hurting or just random side effects. So we took her to the doctor for a full body scan to see the results of the radiation, and the doctor said it worked well and it seemed like everything was good, which is a relief. So obviously that was good news, knowing that the surgery went well and the cancer tumor is gone, and also knowing that the radiation worked and killed the cancer cells through her body. We didn't really know that the cancer cells all died, but we knew that the radiation was across her body, I think. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. It was like a semi-relief. Like we heard that it was good, but we don't know the effectiveness just yet. So the doctor just told us to kind of forget about it and try to enjoy life. So that's what we did. We celebrated my mom's birthday and my mom and I hung out a lot and we tried to go back to normal life. And it really felt like normal life again. It was such a relief and I was so happy that everything went well. When you're going through stuff like this, like cancer and health problems, it's almost like you think so negatively. You think the worst will happen and it's hard to stay positive. But after this entire experience, I've kind of realized that things will end up working out and you just got to stay positive, I guess. But after this entire year of dealing with cancer and everything, my mom has finally decided to retire. I mentioned this in one of my animation videos, but this was such a relief. I've been trying to convince my mom to retire for so long. I pay her every month so she kind of gets the pressure relieved off of her from working. She basically only makes minimum wage and she works in a factory. So I really wanted her to stop working and focus on her health. She didn't want to retire at first. After the radiation, she wanted to try to go back to work for a month and see how it goes. But I kept trying to tell her, just relax. I'll do the work and you just focus on your health. You've worked way too hard in your entire life to try to go back to work again after dealing with cancer. So she finally decided to retire and that was such a big moment for us. The radiation definitely took a toll on her energy and she also needs to take hormone meds now to give her the hormones since the thyroid isn't there to do that anymore. So her going back to work would have been horrible. So I'm really grateful to be able to retire my mom. So thank you guys. Like this wouldn't have been possible without you guys. So thank you for watching my stupid Minecraft videos. She was planning on working 5 more years too until she was like 68. So I'm very happy she decided to retire now. Even with the money that I pay her every month, she still wasn't convinced it would be enough and she was scared about the finances and debated on going back to work again. So last Christmas, I decided to give her a final gift. I decided to give her my credit card, and after I gave my credit card, she actually ended up crying, which was very unexpected. I kind of thought it would be less of a gift because it was just like a little card in a box, but my mom cried and gave me a hug and I definitely wasn't expecting that. So that was a very wholesome moment. She thanked me for everything that I do and for relieving so much pressure off of her, and that is literally a thanks to you guys. Like I didn't do this, you guys did this. So that was an amazing moment to see. So yeah, chase your dreams, kids. Make your parents proud. Retire your parents. A little side note, I literally wasn't good at anything. Like I wasn't good at school. I didn't work hard at all. I had no work ethic, and somehow, some way, you guys decided to give me this job. So if I can do this YouTube thing with how dumb I am, you guys can too. I'm telling you, I'm literally just the most normal person ever. But anyway, sorry for the detour. Every Sunday, I come home for dinner to visit my parents, and every so often, my mom thanks me for allowing her to feel no pressure anymore and to just be able to like sleep whenever, wake up whenever, and have all of this free time. It's so heartwarming to hear. So yeah, that was a big big milestone in my life. Anyways, about a few months ago, we thought everything was going well. We didn't have any problems with the cancer. It seemed like things were going back to normal. But then a few months ago, we had another scare. So sorry, this might be a little TMI, but she was peeing blood for a day or two, I think. So we finally decided to try to book a appointment with our family doctor, but he was fully booked out. So we did a walk-in clinic, which you could just wait and see a doctor. So the doctor gave her a blood test and gave her some antibiotics just in case it was a random infection. The blood was getting worse and worse. So we went home and she took her antibiotics, and within 30 minutes, it was gone. Like, there was no more blood. Everything was okay. So it was literally just a viral infection, which is crazy. Like, it literally worked within 30 minutes of taking the medicine. So that was a big relief. We thought the cancer spread and we were all too late with everything. So yeah, that was a scary moment. But anyways, right now at this very moment, she's focusing a lot on her health now. My mom just chills at home. She studies English. She cooks a lot. She does a lot of gardening when she can, and she just hangs out with some friends. There was one time for dinner, I mentioned to my mom, I was like, this was a few months ago. I was like, you should play this sport called pickleball. It's very easy. A lot of like people your age plays it, and like it's so easy to play. And she's like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And she's like not really listening to me. I was like, I'm serious, mom. You should play this sport. Like, it's a good way to stay active and to exercise and to make some friends. And she's like, yeah, whatever. And I'm showing her a video, and she has no idea what she's looking at. So about a month ago, she goes to YMCA, which is like a recreation center, with her friends, and she sees these people playing pickleball, and she's like, there's this sport called pickleball that is so much fun to play. Like, why didn't you tell me about this? I was like, bruh, I literally tried to convince you to play this sport. And like, she found it herself, which was great. I just thought it was hilarious that like she kind of ignored me until she found the sport, and then she's like blaming me. She's like, yo, why didn't you tell me about this? So now she plays pickleballs with her friends. She doesn't really know how to play because the rules are kind of hard. So she kind of just plays in the squash court, and the front desk kind of noticed that she loves playing the sport, and she always plays by herself. So the front desk signed up my mom to play in a real pickleball game, and she had no idea how to play with these random people, and the random people were getting mad at her. I felt kind of bad, and she kind of just sat on the bench after that because she had no idea about the rules or the scoring system. So that was kind of sad to hear. So I decided to sign her up for some lessons, and I bought her a new pickleball racket, and she's been going to the gym about 4 to 5 times a week now, just exercising and playing pickleball. And it's so awesome seeing my mom put her health first and actually exercising. This is probably the first time she's ever done this in her life. She's always been working nonstop trying to make some money so we can eat and to raise my brother and I. So this is such a different type of life for her, and I'm very happy to see it. Also, 1 month ago, my mom had a checkup to see how she was doing and how the cancer is doing. So she did that appointment, and right after that, we get a call from the doctor, and they booked an appointment immediately to see the doctor. So we thought more bad news was coming. Like, why would the doctor book something so urgently? And we're kind of freaking out like usual. And then the appointment gets pushed a month. So we're like, okay, maybe that's a good thing, right? Like, maybe the news isn't bad, so it can be delayed. Or maybe something just got in the way, and now we got to wait a month to know, and it just delays treatment or whatever. Eventually, we found out that the cancer doctor finally confirmed after that checkup that all is well. The cancer doctor said that she seems to be cancer-free, and the next checkup will be in 6 months. That was the sigh of relief. That was the moment when we were like, oh my God, like we can finally relax and go back to normal life and just enjoy and to stay healthy, to just forget about it, you know. And it was such a relief. It was a scary battle, and it was only 2 years. Yes, 2 years is a long time, but I cannot even imagine what some other families went through or are going through right now. Some of you guys watching this video might be going through the same exact thing for years now, or you just got some bad news and you might relate to this video. And if you are, I am so sorry to hear. It is such a tough thing to go through with your family. And it really puts things into perspective that you have so many problems in your life until health is a problem. Then you only have one problem, and it kind of just reminds you that life is so unpredictable and so short. So if you are going through any type of health issue or family sickness or cancer, I'm praying for you. I'm so sorry to hear. It is a tough battle, but you got this. Your family's got this. You will get through it. And yeah, if you need a place to vent, type out your story in the comments, and I know the Cookie Army will be there to support you, and I'll read all of the comments and just try to give you my prayers or to just read your story. So the comment section is your safe space today. So yeah, that's the final word. My mom is finally cancer free. Oh, what a relief. But yeah, I just want to say again, thank you so much for all of the support and just being there and watching my videos. If you made it to the end here, you're literally amazing. Like, this wasn't even a full Minecraft video. I'm just telling you guys about my life and the problems I'm going through. And the fact that you're still watching means so much to me. So thank you again. My team and I are working very hard to get the Subnautica video out for next Friday. It was so much fun playing with Brick. And this is my first ever video that isn't on Minecraft. So it is a very big milestone and a very big moment for me and the entire Cookie channel. So I really hope you guys enjoyed next Friday's video. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All of us put hundreds of hours into this, so I hope you guys enjoy it. But yeah, thank you again. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.